What is going on, everyone? And welcome to a special, and I mean special, edition of Houston Texans football. You see the title, it's called Podcast Battle. Now, this is between the H Town Rundown and the Titans Colosseum podcast. Boys, real quick before we start arguing and threatening to kill each other, can we just all agree it feels good that football is back?
Yeah, we
Yes,
almost there.
sir.
Some
Yes, sir.
offense
Most
kicking in
definitely,
full
man.
force.
I'm
It's
gonna
still
go ahead
all
and let the Titans crew introduce themselves first. Started with Mr. Leonard. Go ahead, boys. Let us know what y'all do and how long y'all been doing it.
Yeah, no, Leonard Firestone here, man. One of the co-hosts of the Titans Colosseum podcast, man. We've been doing this 3 years now. Man, we're on all social
It
media.
feel like a year, man. I mean, shoot, this thing racing by, man. But talk your talk.
Yeah, so man, it's been blessing, man. We had a lot of people on the show, a lot of former players, a lot of connections we wouldn't think we'd had many years ago. So, just to have this platform, be able to talk about the Titans and cover our favorite team, man, it's been a blessing and a journey and a fun ride for sure.
All right, y'all ready for me? Okay.
Yes,
Oh, man.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Hey, RJ, go" or something, you know what I'm saying? But nah, my name RJ Ellison, man. You know, if you see me on Twitter, man, I'm the crazy Titan fan, man. Being real loud, my personality. But you know, at the same time, man, it's good to do this podcast, man. I love doing it with my two co-hosts, man. These boys, man, they always bring the fire, man. We got our own personalities, so it makes it a good show, man. We all authentic as well. So good to be on the show with you guys from up there in Houston, man. Good, ready to talk some trade.
Man, I'm Morocco Taylor, man. You know who I am, Mr. Yeah, motherfucker himself, man. And first and foremost, man, appreciate y'all having us on tonight, man. But man, we've been doing this, man. It don't feel like 3 years. Haven't really been 3 years though.
It's like 2.5.
2.5. Hey, even with that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot. When you love what you're doing, man, I mean, it don't even feel like you doing it that long, man. But hey, fuck all that. I'm ready to get to the shit.
And now we move to the top of your screen, and there's a reason why we're on the top, baby, because we're the AFC South
Absolutely.
champions. We have two channels up here on top. I'm gonna let the H Town Rundown crew introduce themselves first, starting with Jules.
What's going on, fellas? You know, we're going to represent Houston very well. We're going to have this battle with the Titans. Let them know that we reign supreme in the AFC South now, yesterday, and for forever.
Forever, baby. Forever. Forever. Hey,
Crazy.
y'all already know this is your boy AD, the host, founder of H Town Rundown. We here to kick ass, take names, just like we did last year. You know, we kicked that ass and we took it after y'all tried to take our name. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about it, man. Let's talk about it.
Let's go. My name is Ruben Calvera. You can find me on YouTube. Just type in 713 Houston Sportcast. Titans Coliseum podcast. The reason why we came here today, and AD's about to bring up the clip, right? So I've seen some blasphemous takes in my life. But when I see something like this, it ruins my day. It ruins my day to the point where I almost want to come home and argue with Tennessee Titans fans. AD, do you have the clip, or do fans just remember it?
In the
Go
words
ahead.
of my boy Royal, I got a plethora of clips. So we're gonna go ahead and let's run it, man.
Thankful that y'all got a quarterback that y'all can build upon, man, because y'all know how y'all do with quarterbacks, Texas fans. Now, y'all don't want to talk about that, but you know, you had the whole thing with Deshaun Watson. He was destined for greatness until y'all got the passing around NBA forms and, you know what I'm saying, trying to, cater to this man's needs or whatever. I mean, come on, y'all. This is too easy talking about Texans fans and they foolishness.
I was just gonna say, man, y'all just make sure y'all keep CJ Prescott out the massage parlors, and if he does go into the massage room at the facilities, y'all make sure he has a battle buddy. You have somebody with him.
Hey, let's roll to the next one, because that CJ Prescott, that right there.
Is there more blasphemy? Is there more malarkey that I have to watch?
Reckless running for no reason. Reckless, uneducated, unstat-filled, just bad opinions about our team.
Okay.
Hold up,
Give us our
Let
colors,
him
man.
run it.
Like, why does that matter? You have a good team this year, bro. And guess what? We can beat your team. We can beat the. Do you not see how much talent we got on this roster now? We can beat you this season. We may not sweep you, but we most definitely can beat you in the football game.
It don't take much. The Panthers beat
yeah.
last year.
Bro, I just know
It don't
listening to
take
these. Bro, I just know listening to these damn Texans fans talk trash right now this offseason after being good 1 year. It's like listening to a little kid that just learned how to cuss and just fucking it up left and right. It's like you don't even know how to use this shit properly. You don't even know how to talk this shit. You misquoting everything. They just like, we're not worried about you, but you're in a Titans podcast talking some shit. Clearly, you worried about something.
Man, they really man.
But they got
Hey, man, we ain't
TJ
got
Stroud,
shit no more,
we
man.
never
We
seen
done-
them with a
we
good
done with
quarterback
this.
before. Like we done seen what Matt Schaub in his good years. We done seen Deshaun Watson. We done beat him multiple times.
Oh shit. We
But
got
y'all
one more.
But y'all lost
We
to
got
Case
one
Keenum,
more.
though.
They
We
go.
got one more
They
clip.
stay doing this, bragging about division
The best of
titles.
4 teams.
They brag about division titles like it ain't a choke job behind each and every one of them. I mean, come on, what are you saying? That's
Bro,
not
that makes y'all look
that's an
worse.
embarrassment.
That makes
How
y'all
many-
look
how many
worse. Y'all
division
won a
titles?
division. Y'all won a division that many amount of times and still can't make it to an AFC championship, bro. You got an easy ticket to the playoffs.
Bro,
Like,
that don't even matter, bro.
Look, let me say this, man.
Go ahead, AD.
Let me say this. Let's get it understood. You motherfuckers want to talk about choke job. Let us not forget the 2-yard line against the goddamn St. Louis Rams. If that ain't a goddamn choke job, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
no
it's not
time for
technically
Go
a
ahead and take that on.
Overtime.
Go ahead and
Overtime,
take that.
right?
Go ahead and take that.
We didn't
It's
have the
easy.
lead though. Like y'all was up 24 to nothing.
I don't give a damn.
Number one seed
I
a
don't
couple
give a
times.
fuck.
We had to come back that whole playoff run. That whole playoff run, we was underdogs. We had to come through there, come back and win. Music City Miracle. We had to go out there and beat the Jags for the 3rd time of the year. The only 3 losses they had that year. Man, we had to go in there and then go play the greatest show on turf. And even then, Steve McNair was leading us to a comeback, and we're a half a yard short from being able to complete what we were supposed to do and make another comeback for 2 great epic comebacks in 1 playoff run.
But
That
when
was the
y'all
thing.
number one seed a couple years ago, when y'all blown through everybody, y'all kind of choked that job off, having home field advantage,
Yeah.
right?
I get it on that aspect.
We did.
And let's run down your
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks that y'all had. Y'all wasted this young because your coaching staff and your GM and your owner couldn't agree on what quarterback to pick because he wanted Matt Leinart, but the owner wanted Vince Young because he still wanted to be a Houston Oiler because his roots are still in Houston. So let's not dysfunction when you can't even pick a quarterback correctly.
Is it really his roots in Houston, or is his roots with the Adams family who started the Houston Oilers? Houston didn't want Oilers. Y'all pushed this out. So you can't say the roots is in Houston.
No one put no. He went for the money.
Let's
Let's get that straight. I'm glad we're here. The Houston fan base never got a choice to vote to keep our team here. He left for money, but he still had businesses and his home in Houston up until the day he died.
Yeah, he had businesses in Tennessee as well, bro. He had businesses in
his main
Nashville.
business was in Houston though. That's what his love was in Houston.
But bro,
I mean, he might love it, but y'all didn't give him what he wanted, so he did.
The city didn't want to give them what they needed. They're renting a stadium. You can't rent a stadium. We got to have a stadium so we can get paid, so we can make this money, get our salary cap. You don't want to give us a stadium. Jerry Jones wants to be the only Texas team. He wants the Dallas Cowboys to be the only Texas team. Now realize, not only did they kick out the Houston Oilers out of Texas, they also kicked out the Dallas Texans, who are now the Kansas City Chiefs, where y'all got y'all's name from, where y'all asked Lamar hunting them so y'all could use the Texans name. That's where that all come from. Jerry Jones wanted to be the only Texas team, and he had his friends on the little commission board say, hey, don't sign off on Houston Oilers getting a stadium. I guarantee you Bud Adams will leave. And that's exactly what happened.
Y'all was born.
And see, this my thing right here, man.
Y'all like 12 years
Texas
old
fans,
when
they
you
try to
start
turn this into a Houston, Nashville thing when in all actuality, it's still Titan fans in Houston. Now, don't sit up here and tell me no lie like oh, it's all Texas down here, baby.
Yeah, no
Bulls
doubt.
on horns or whatever the fuck y'all be saying, all that old dumb ass shit.
Hold on, if you gonna quote it correctly, it's Bulls on Parade.
Well,
we ain't gonna never forget.
whatever the hell
We ain't
y'all
gonna never
got
forget.
going.
Y'all goddamn slogan is "Tighten up." Then that's
Yeah.
hey, that
Tighten
is
six up.
synonymous with
Yeah,
what the
tighten
fuck
up,
y'all
man.
gotta be doing is tighten the fuck up. That's what
So,
the fuck it is.
But you can't also y'all can't say that it ain't our history either, because the guy right next to me here, Leonard Firestone, he's an Oilers fan. he liked the Oilers, and he came here to Nashville like you supposed to, you know, with your franchise, with your favorite franchise, and come support them where they at now, man. So you can't just say that because we still got a bunch of Titan fans that are Oilers fans. So you can't just say that you guys don't know nothing about their uniform. Y'all know nothing about Houston history, because we do. That might happen. Most of our fans, I'm not gonna say most, but
Y'all know
Y'all
when we
learned
born
this shit in
when
the book.
level blue was
Y'all
popular.
learned that shit in the book.
I wouldn't.
Y'all
I'm
ain't-
not speaking for myself.
Love Your
I'm
Blue
from
is not
Nashville,
just
so
Love Your Blue is not all the Oilers history. Love Your Blue is 2 years of Oilers history. It's just
It's
2
not.
years.
It's not.
just
Love You Blue is a
so-
5-6 year run that culminated with Houston as a theme color. That's just not an order
But
situation. It's a Houston color.
Even the
but who
cop
owns
cars will love you blue back then.
Yeah.
bro?
See, I
Everybody's
don't.
cop cars was Love You Blue. New York, Seattle, Chicago, all of them was Love You
But we
Blue
ain't
back
talking
then. It
about
wasn't
them.
just
We ain't
Houston.
talking about
But
them.
my
We talking
thing
about
is
Houston.
with
Now
the
we
blue,
ain't
right?
talking about
Like,
it.
Okay, all right, all right.
you
So
got
let's
blue
move on
uniform.
from the history lesson because
Yeah.
y'all tried to
Hey, we can
embarrass
go all
us
night
with
about
those
this.
jerseys and we spanked your ass with Case freaking Keenum. I want to go to another take that Leonard said, and I'll let AD have this one. He continues to compare CJ Stroud to Dak Prescott, and it's now multiple streams that he has compared CJ to Prescott. What are your thoughts on that?
Fucking bullshit. That's what the fuck it is.
I mean,
Hey.
what's bullshit about it though? Like they got
No,
the same
no,
numbers.
man. I
Like,
wanna
what do you
hear it.
mean?
I
They
wanna
play
hear
the
it.
same.
Hold on,
No,
let's see,
hell
let's see.
no.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
they
okay.
are.
Yeah,
Hell
AD,
no.
go.
I wanna hear the
AD,
Dak
Damn
go.
well, CJ Stroud don't play like no motherfucking Dak Prescott.
What is Dak?
Come
What is
on.
Dak and what does CJ do different from Dak?
First of all, Dak was a running back when he first got in there. Let us not forget what the fuck he did in Mississippi State. He was a fucking running back playing quarterback.
He
He was
wasn't
a
no
fucking
running back playing
bulldozer.
quarterback. He was a quarterback playing quarterback.
Running back.
He was
Whatever.
I'm
a
just
dual
saying, like
threat
CJ
quarterback.
been on the side.
He was
You're
a
gonna
okay.
hate on
Since I
Dak
want to
like
be
that.
Plays
PC
like
about
CJ
it,
Stroud.
He was a dual threat
Go ahead,
quarterback.
AD. Go ahead, AD.
He was a dual threat quarterback, and he ran more than he fucking passed. And I know the stats say different, whatever, but that was where he was more effective in the game, running the football and breaking away plays. That ain't CJ Stroud game at all. CJ Stroud is a fucking decisive fucking killer in the pocket. That's something you cannot say about no fucking Dak Prescott.
So why he didn't kill the Ravens?
Who? CJ?
Yes, CJ.
We had one weapon that actually was on the
No.
field against the
So now you
Ravens.
got one weapon. That shit
One
crazy,
way.
bro.
But against everybody else, y'all got Nico Collins and y'all got
You
Tank
didn't-
Hill.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
So
Y'all
this is
got-
this is where
Yeah.
you Tennessee Titans fans just fall off because you don't know exactly what CJ Stroud went through as a rookie. His starting offensive line did not play one game together. He lost Tank Dell about week 11 to the Denver Broncos. His only two options at the end of the year were Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz. He didn't have a running game. So when I hear Leonard say, oh, this dude's Dak Prescott, let me go back and look at this Dallas Cowboys team and look at what they had. I see three all-pro players on the offensive line, a left tackle, a center, and a right guard. The Houston Texans had none of that. Like I just said, their starting offensive line did not play one game together. They had a Pro Bowl / all-pro at running back, Ezekiel Elliott. The Houston Texans didn't have that. Their starting running back was supposed to be Dameon Pierce. It ended up being Devin Singletary. Now, wide receiver, Dez Bryant, I'll give you that. We had a wide receiver good of our own, Nico Collins. So when you compare CJ to Dak Prescott, this is when I know you're not doing your research. Because if you put Dak Prescott in the situation that CJ Stroud was in, he's not going to be successful whatsoever. But CJ Stroud showed that it is him. He was the offense. And when you compare Dak Prescott to CJ, it just goes to show me you don't know what you're talking about, and you're just looking for the views and you're looking for the clicks.
Okay, so
Bobby
if that's the case,
Slowick
you know,
is the
hold on, I got you.
offense. Correction.
Bobby Slowick was a first-time offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
All right, so what
coordinator.
about Dak
Hey,
this
never
year, though?
called
They
plays
only had one
before he
weapon.
got
to
here.
Hold on.
Ramon
Respond to that,
Foster,
Leonard.
though.
Respond to that.
Okay, so if he had all this, if Dak had all this talent and all this star-studded and all this everything,
He
had
did
that year,
have that
He did
talent.
have it. It's
did
not
have
fixed
that
yet.
talent.
Yeah.
So the talent made him is what you saying.
No.
Let him
Hold
talk.
on.
Let
no,
Kyle talk.
hey,
Let Kyle
hey.
talk.
Name me what your receiver that had 1,000 yards Dak's rookie year.
Well,
Name
none
me
of them had
one wide
1,000
receiver that
yards.
had 1,000 yards. None.
None of them had 1,000 yards.
Correct. None of them had 1,000 yards. The closest dude was Cole Beasley with 833. Not even your dude out there with Des Bryant. It was Dak and it was Zeke running that all that year, and everybody got happy and got excited. Why? Because nobody knew how to prepare for Dak because he wasn't supposed to play. Nobody knew how to prepare for Zeke because they didn't know how he was going to play. Same thing with the Texans. Nobody knew how CJ was going to play. Nobody knew how Bobby Slowick's going to call offenses. He's never done that. We don't know how Miko Ryan is going to come out here and actually run a game. So you got to catch some people off guard. Year one, it's cool. You can catch some people off guard the same way Dak did, same way Dak almost had his little MVP run, same way Dak went and got offensive rookie of the year, same way Dak had almost nearly the same exact numbers as CJ Stroud has.
There you go. Trying to throw that little slug in there. Yeah,
You gotta look at that game. You gotta look at that game.
You're missing the point.
You gotta look at the games. They play very similar.
The entire rookie year, bro. The injuries at the O-line started all the way back in training camp. All of the Cowboys wide receivers played at least 13 games. All of the offensive line played at least 12 games together.
You keep going to all what's around Dak. I'm talking about
the game that when Dak it's has. A rookie quarterback, it matters what's around them. And what CJ Stroud showed is no matter what's around him,
you keep talking about, I don't care about what's around them. They play very similar to the game, bro.
Do not.
They sit in the pocket. They need a perfect
pocket. Don't sit in no damn pocket.
Yes, he do. He do.
Sit in the pocket. He was not sitting in the pocket.
Hold on. Let me finish, bro.
Interceptions in the pocket. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does, bro. When Dak is all about anticipation, bro. Is that not CJ? Is CJ not an anticipation quarterback, bro? He's sitting in the pocket and throw with anticipation all game. Is that not what he does? When he gets pressure on him, his anticipation goes down, his accuracy goes down. Isn't that Dak Prescott? They do the same thing. It's not like I see the thing is y'all are from Texas, so you guys think that Dak Prescott sucks. So I don't think he sucks. I think he's a good quarterback.
I don't think he sucks.
No one said Dak Prescott.
First of all,
a lot of people, but a lot of people.
What Leonard said.
Let's get it straight. Our quarterback has Dak Prescott in his top 5. So obviously
he has the same
why, because he plays like him. He has to put
hell no, that ain't why, man. That is absolutely not why.
If you was like the guy you played like, would you want to put him in the top 5?
He said only thing he gives credit for Dak is his accuracy. That's probably the only thing you can say that
Dak ain't accurate. That's the crazy thing.
Let me say this, because this is the comment that has been said a lot about rookie seasons and all that bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing about that shit. Talking about you catching people off guard. You're not catching no motherfucking body off guard. Week 10, 12, 14, 15.
Yes, you are.
No, hell the fuck you not.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
No, you're
The
not.
Jaguars done it.
Hold on.
The Jaguars done it in 2022.
I want to know how you catch
the Jaguars done it in 2022. They done it to a few teams. That's how they ended up.
So why y'all couldn't do that shit? Y'all had a quarterback
17, 18 or whatever.
We didn't have shit around him though. Like, what do you mean?
And Dak did it his rookie year. You've seen people catch people off guard all year. It just happens because you didn't think that this was going to happen. In Dak's situation, you came in because Tony Romo got hurt. So a little different where, hey, CJ is a first rounder. He's going to start this year. It's different in that situation. But my comparison is, and yeah, they do play similar. Stroud's more a little bit athletic, got a little bit more speed on him. I don't think CJ is as reckless as Dak is with the ball, but when you look at their rookie years as of how they came into the league and what they did in the league the first year, you have to sit here and wonder if this is what's the best for CJ, like it was for Dak, and Dak's been trying to get back to rookie year ever since. He had all year that they took to figure him out, and then they figured him out, and he ain't been that same Dak since.
I'm not getting how what saying that CJ Stroud and Dak saying are similar is the dumbest thing ever heard. If you go back and look at CJ's rookie comparisons, NFL comparisons, I bet you Dak is gonna pop up on every single one of those.
Joe
Dak
Burrow
Prescott,
pops up more.
Jared Goff,
Jared Goff,
Matthew Stafford, them type of quarterbacks
Joe
pop up.
Burrow pops up more
Bro
than
comparison. Dak Prescott.
He could be
Y'all
Joe
fellow podcaster. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But he
'Cause-
even said if CJ, let me get it right. CJ Stroud goes out there and has Dak Prescott's rookie season, sign him up for it. I don't understand why y'all so triggered behind the Dak Prescott comparison. It's been going on. I think y'all just
because Leonard is
because it's
saying it
coming
as a
from
negative
Titans.
when he makes his
Right.
points. That's when he is saying it.
Yeah, because my
So,
point is,
Marco, your whole point's invalid when your co-host
No,
is
my
over
point
here
ain't
is
it,
using
man.
that point as a negative. You can't say, why are you upset he's comparing him to Dak Prescott when your co-host is saying it in a negative term? What are we talking about?
because what I asked was, all I did was, I didn't say he's going to be. I sparked the question: is he going to be CJ? Is he going to be Dak Prescott? Is CJ going to come out and have a sophomore slump, and his rookie year is going to be the best year he ever had? Because go pull up their numbers for rookie year in each, and I promise you, it's going to be mirrored. So the thought is, okay, you come in, are you going to be able to play once people have tape on you? We've seen
What do you think
several.
is going to happen with Will Levis?
Well, Will Levis has still got different things to figure out and a lot different than
Oh
CJ
my
Stroud.
God.
Hey, he gotta
We gotta talk about Will Levis. Like, we don't get triggered when y'all tell us Will Levis.
No, Will Levis is a
Go
second
ahead,
round pick.
go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
Will Levis is a second round pick. Will Levis is a guy that wasn't supposed to be coming into a start of a situation. He started 8 games. We all knew coming in Will Levis was going to be a work in progress type of QB. He wasn't a QB that you drafted and put in year one. We knew that, okay, if you got the coaching staff around him, this is a guy you got to develop. This ain't a guy that's ready to start day one. We knew that, and we still know that Will Levis is still a develop. Does he have things that make us excited that, like, okay, this can be the guy? Yes, absolutely. This is the things why we need to put things around you to absolutely put in to see if you can not have all these excuses like last year, bad O-line, no talent. You ain't got all that now. We got you O-line. We got you some talent. There ain't no excuses. Go out there, ball. Go out there, play. See what you can do. Because if this is the year for it, Will Levis, if you're going to be the guy, this is the year for it. If not, we ain't got time. You're a second-round pick. We don't have another fifth-year option like a first-rounder does. So we're on a shorter leash to try to figure out what Will Levis is or isn't.
Yeah,
Y'all got
this
CJ
season,
Stroud.
we're trying to figure out what he is. We don't know what he is.
Hold on. Go ahead, RJ.
Yeah, I was just saying this season we're not putting Will Levis in no top 20. You don't see us doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this season we trying to figure out what he is. Now we believe he can be good. I mean, he got all the intangibles, quick release, big guy. You know what I'm saying? No diddy. He got the arm strength out this world, could put a ball anywhere, but he needs to work on his decision. Bro, I got it.
Man, we can't talk about we cannot talk football and Will Levis right now because of all the foolishness, man. I'm not gonna get into it, but
hey,
if you
the
know,
comment
you
right
know.
here is this the comment for me, man. The boy said,
yeah,
Will Levis release was as fast as that video.
hey, that O-line was horrible last year, bro. That was
So here's my question about the CJ. CJ had unproven weapons in the start of the season because actually they said that we had the worst receiving core.
Hold on, the worst roster.
The worst option for
and then
a quarterback.
Everybody who's drafting for the year before 2024, they had the Cardinals having back-to-back top 3 picks because that's how bad of a roster we had. So you could say that. How can you say that Dak and CJ had the same situation when Dak walked into a winning situation and we had to prove every game, every step, and CJ made Nico Collins better than what he was.
Jules, they're not looking at
Hold on.
Dak got drafted to a 4-win team just like CJ Stroud. Let's get that out the way right now. Let's not sit up there and act like the Dallas Cowboys was coming off an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl.
Hold on, but they were
the year
Super
before
Bowl
they
contender.
got Dak Prescott.
Hold
They
on.
were not a Super Bowl contender the year before Dak Prescott came there.
Only reason why they hold on. Can you
games.
explain why they won 4 games?
Yeah,
Who
well,
got hurt?
Romo got hurt, right?
Romo
That was
Exactly.
the first-
Romo got hurt.
Romo got
Exactly.
Because Romo
And
got
the
hurt.
only reason why Dak Prescott even played is because
So it just takes a
Romo
quarterback for
retired.
them to be good. And
So
that-
Dak led that team from 4
So,
wins to
hold
then
on,
the
hold
next
on,
year
Fire.
he
If
led the whole
Romo
Dallas
would
Cowboys
have
with
played,
the
Romo would have played, you not telling me that team would have done just as good or even better?
Nah,
no.
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have been number one in the
That's
Romo
NFC.
was on the
They would have been
decline.
number one in the NFC. They would have been good, but they wouldn't have been number one in the NFC.
Nah,
But
Romo
I was trying to explain to y'all because y'all trying to
So you
make this
saying
roster
Dak
that you,
Prescott is the reason why they were number 1 in the NFC?
Dak Prescott elevated that team. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Him and Ezekiel
He
Elliott that
did.
year.
Go ahead,
He won
RJ.
with
RJ,
the
RJ,
yeah,
go
Had
ahead.
competent
you can't
quarterback
sit there-
play when
you can't
Dak
sit there and
replaced
say he didn't
Romo.
elevate that
Romo
team
was
that
at
year.
the end of his career. Romo was out there getting injured and getting, the hell beat
The
out
man
of
had
him.
one of
It
the
was
best rookie
not a
seasons
good
we've ever
situation
seen.
at all.
Like,
Go ahead,
that's
RJ.
what I'm saying. So look, now y'all because y'all trying to make it seem like y'all had the worst roster that ever exists, and I found that complete BS. Because at the end of that season, that you guys won 2 games, y'all was damn near beating the Chiefs, the Cowboys. Y'all beat us. I watched y'all at the end of the season. Y'all,
we beat you all the time. That's not. That's
Yeah,
not.
that's
y'all was going toe to toe with the
But-
Kansas
but-
City
commonplace.
Chiefs.
But no,
Like,
I'm
y'all not gonna do
I
that,
gotta
bro.
give
And then
that
in the
though,
off
so
season,
some freaky
listen
go
what
ahead.
all y'all did in the off season. Y'all got hella shit in the off season. Y'all got Dalton Schultz. Y'all got D'Amico Ryans, Bobby Slowick. Y'all got a whole new coaching staff.
unproven.
Y'all got C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. Y'all drafted Will.
Rookies
Like, bro, y'all did not have
unproven.
the worst roster. Like, y'all can't be doing that.
We
bro.
had rookies.
Stingley
They
finally
They
Every
had
time
rookies
they
in
to
their
make
first
themselves
year.
seem
What are
better.
you talking about?
Y'all
dude?
had a good secondary, bro. Like, y'all had freaking.
Who was in the secondary?
Who's secondary?
Bro, y'all had Stingley, y'all had King, y'all had
How many games did
whoa,
Stingley
whoa,
play?
whoa,
Steven
Play
Nelson.
with half the
Right.
How many
season.
games did
Petrie, like,
Stingley
come
play?
on, bro. Like, we
Stingley's
not
been
gonna
hurt
do that.
for 2
How many
years.
games did Jimmy Ward play?
I don't know how many.
Okay, then just say you don't watch it. Just
What
say
you
you don't
mean?
know
I
what you're
watched the
talking
you in our
about.
division. What do you mean?
Like, just say you don't know what you're talking
Even
about.
How
though
do
they
I not know what I'm
secondary
talking
is
about?
bad,
So
we
them
not
other
gonna
players
sit
I
up
named
there
wasn't good.
and discredit
And this is what
Stingley,
Jules
and
was
we
So
ain't
them
gonna
other
sit up
players
there
I
and
named wasn't
discredit
good.
King.
Huh?
Ward played 10 games and only finished 3.
So CJ made all that defense play good. That's what you trying to
The
tell me.
defense was bad all last
The
year.
defense was not the
I
best
wanna-
last year.
I want y'all to talk about Nico Collins.
It was
for a
Y'all
good,
second.
but
defense
it
wasn't
was
good
not the
last year,
best.
bro.
It was hold on.
was
Our defense last year, if you want to go stat
Y'all
wise,
tell
is
that lie,
actually
bro.
worse than the year before with Lovie Smith.
Oh my god,
Man, nah, bro. Y'all had so many people finally reach their potential like they were supposed to have been,
Who?
but before you guys
Name me
got a
one.
good coach, you
Name
guys
me
had
one.
Christian
Name
Harris
one.
finally step up.
Exactly.
Freaking, you had Stingley step up. Will Anderson
When
played like
he
he's supposed
was
to play.
healthy.
Hmm.
No, let's go. You said
Y'all picked
Christian
up
Harris.
Derek Barnett too, and he was playing good. Like,
Yeah,
come
got
on,
cut.
bro.
week 12, man.
He
Like,
was
it's,
cut.
But I'm saying, y'all trying to make it seem like y'all ain't had no defense, bro. And that's wow. Y'all had
Man,
one of the,
forget
y'all the
all-
best defensive line in the South. Like, what do you
man,
mean?
forget all
Oh
that,
my
man.
God.
I wanna hear
Oh
about
my
Nico
God.
Collins.
Y'all
In the South,
Over your own D line, Jarvis Jefferson.
Our D line, our D line's good,
Jeffrey
but
was
it
hurt
ain't
last year majority of
better
the year.
than
He was
Will
playing-
Anderson. Who else y'all had on that D line? I'm trying to think.
hold on. The fact that you gotta say who else you had means we ain't had fucking best line. What are we talking about?
okay, Morocco had a question, man. You said about Nico Collins.
Yes, I want to hear about Nico Collins because every Texans fan I talked to seems like Nico Collins wasn't shit until this season.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I ain't gonna say I always been high on Nico Collins, but whenever he played against the Titans, I noticed Nico Collins was making plays. I was always saying, like, dude could be nice. Dude may be a problem, but
He could be nice.
Yeah,
But we had
so if I could
Davis
take this
Mills.
one- yeah, go ahead, Jules.
He had Davis Mills, and he was awfully injured. So when he actually got a quarterback that can give him the ball like he's supposed to, he blossomed. But no one knew that before the season started.
So just so y'all
I
know,
agree with that. Like Nico definitely stepped up this year.
Nico didn't
that's-
play.
But
Nico
do
didn't
it
play
again.
more than 8 games in the season his first 2 years.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even play a full NFL season his first 2 years combined.
Even
But, I
Devin
mean,
Singletary had his best season with y'all too. So don't try to make it seem. I mean, I granted y'all run game could be better. And it could have been better last year.
So,
but-
so
But to me,
RJ,
that
what,
goes into
Huh? What you say?
I said, but that goes into evaluation of a player for me too, though. Even though you're like, especially this year after Nico Collins had a good year, yeah, he was injured the past 2 years, but that still has to go to the evaluation of a player that health concerns is a big deal for him. So, okay, yeah, good, you had 1 year. Now we need you to stay healthy and do it again. Like it's an NFL that you can come and show up for 1 year. That's why the average NFL player lasts 3 to 4 years. Do it consecutively.
My thing is, you guys is coaching.
So you're saying it was bad to pay him based on the way you're talking?
I think so. How much they paid him? That I mean, you got to keep him around, but the money was high in my opinion. Yeah, not signing him was bad, but the money was a little higher than I would think for him for having just 1 good year in 2 years that he didn't even finish the season, or you finally got over 1,000 yards.
So Firestone, let me say this: by the time it's all said and done, by the time we get to next off season, it's gonna be like top 15 contract. With all these contracts that's about to get, people getting paid, it's gonna sound like a cheap deal by the time it's all said and done.
Is it still gonna be a cheap deal if he's injured on the sideline, game in and game out, though?
Yeah, it's still gonna be a team. He signed a team-friendly deal. Literally, he signed that deal, and the next day, Waddle signed, and Waddle signed for
like
ridiculous
$9 million
money.
more.
So they in the comments saying we overpaid for Calvin Ridley. I just don't agree with that, and especially with the contracts that we're seeing. I don't think we overpaid for Calvin Ridley. Now that we look back at this deal, because his contract just looks better and better every time a new receiver gets signed.
Same thing with Nico Collins. About Nico's, and Nico's is cheaper than Calvin Ridley.
I think the Nico deal is that's not overpaid,
and he's only 25 years old.
Yeah, I don't think that's overpaid.
But can he stay?
Everybody's saying Ridley's a bum. I don't know, bro. He's not a bum.
It's not going to be a good contract if he's on the sideline.
Yeah, that's
especially
just
how we're about to use Ridley. I don't
hold on. It's not going to be a good contract for y'all if Ridley keep dropping the ball too. So
he's not going to be our number one receiver.
We're not denying that. They got to come out here and perform. Y'all the ones that denying it. He's got to be available for that contract.
No one's denying nothing. You just started off this argument by saying fans were saying Nico Collins was trash. So it's like,
well, y'all was like, I've been in y'all spaces every now and then. This is before you.
I'm just going off of your argument, Morocco. Like Nico Collins, his first 2 years were not good. Like AD said, he didn't play 1 full season combined, but there was moments where he flashed you like he could potentially be a guy. And I think there was that ex-Packers quarterback who now does TikTok and Instagram, and he had a tryout with the Houston Texans, and he said like he remembered Nico just consistently making plays throughout the practice. And when he finally got a quarterback, dude, you saw his full potential. And that was a dude who almost had 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. And that was with Tank Dell being down, with Noah Brown and his other, partners being down. Nico Collins really stepped up, that week 17 game against the Colts to win the division. It was 130 plus yards. Like this dude, we saw him blossom throughout the season. And also, like RJ mentioned earlier, Christian Harris at the beginning of the season was benched a couple of times. And towards the last month of the season, he looked like a pretty good football player for you. So I mean, well, go ahead.
No, there was something that RJ said earlier. He talked about all these different players that have come to Houston and have blossomed and done well. So
it's only happened this year, man.
So you basically saying that players should come to Houston because that's where you go and you have your best ballers when you play for the Houston Texans, right?
I say this.
That's what you said, right?
I don't think you guys' roster was as bad as they made it seem. Their roster was not as bad. You guys upgraded your coaching. And your coaching made these players better and made them reach their potential that they was already was supposed to.
But it was an unknown with a rookie quarterback and a rookie OC.
And I get that. But y'all trying to say that these players just suck, and they didn't suck, bro. They just wasn't reaching their potential. That's all that is.
Let me clarify amongst Houston Texan fans. We only had one major debate amongst our own selves about who sucked on our roster, and it was one person, and it was goddamn Davis Mills. That's the only motherfucker,
and that's why
the only motherfucker that we said sucked, and he's proven that he sucked. Oh,
But
see,
I'll say this though,
because
I've said that multiple times we played y'all, bro. And this is when we were winning 10, 11, 12 games. And every time we played the Texans, you guys would keep up with us. And I'm like, bro, how are these? I'm like, this team is good. They quarterback just sucks. You get what I'm saying?
man,
Like,
it's
I was
just
like,
divisional
if they
games.
get any type of good quarterback, they can play with anybody. You know what I'm
It's just
saying?
divisional games are always going to be close. You know, that's football. I mean, you could
Nah,
say
but
that when Davis
the way
Mills
we was
played,
busting, we were busting teams up, bro. And y'all were keeping up with us.
the
I was like, man, how?
Yeah, man, we could go
Bryce
blow a
we
team
still
out
want to
by
do.
21
Bryce,
one week and then
Derrick
play
Henry was running for
next week
200
and be
on
in the
y'all, bro, and
shootout.
y'all was still with us. Like we was
Listen.
like, how, bro? Like
because you had Ryan Tannehill. That's why y'all couldn't do anything because y'all had Ryan Tannehill, ex quarterback, big quarterback. But if the year Davis Mills was a starter and the year we got now, we have completely changed over the whole defense. There's probably 2 or 3 people that's holdovers since then.
Yeah, that's why I don't get when y'all say y'all didn't have a good defense last year. Y'all's defense was ranked 12th
I
in the
never said we
NFL.
didn't have
How
a
is
good
that not a good
that was
defense?
definitely a good
I
defense.
just said stat wise.
The year before that, it was ranked 32, bro. So
Yeah,
it
but
was
we
like
was
the
talking
jump
about
we
last year.
saw
We was
was
talking about
insane. It was like we didn't expect this type of jump, and I don't think that's the point that you guys are understanding. Is we didn't think we were gonna have the offensive rookie of the year, the defensive rookie of the year, and the finalist for coach of the year, because that doesn't happen. So what we said was my expectations 5 to 7 wins. Show me what you got. The same way you're talking about Will Levis year 2 was the same way I was talking about this year 1 for CJ. But no, they were beating teams as early as week 3, putting up 30 against the Jaguars and putting up 40 against the Steelers without your offensive line. And it's just like, what the hell do we have here, man? It was a moment where every Houston Texans fan sat down, looked at their feet, looked at their hands, and said, is this real life? And that's what it was when you had CJ Stroud, because you saw that he was without his O-line, he was without a run game, and Tank Dell, and this cat was balling.
And see, that's been my whole point for my comparison thing is that if you took your own fan base by surprise, how the hell do you not think you took the NFL by surprise? That a lot of people didn't realize what you just said yourself as a fan, we didn't expect all this stuff. How did you expect these teams on Sundays? That majority of these teams was like Texans, they suck. They're the worst team this year. We ain't even got to worry about them. A lot of
that
teams
was the notion going into the season. Remember, Stephen A. Smith was on.
But you're talking about preseason, Firestone. We talking about during the season.
All season. I know. I think all season, a lot of teams didn't look at Texans like this was a team. They looked ahead of a lot of teams, and they shouldn't have done that. And I think that was a lot of teams' downfall too. Why some of the Texans games beat some of the teams that they shouldn't have, that had better rosters than them, but you still came out there and beat them, because I don't think a lot of teams realize that. All right, you should be watching film on Texans this year. You should be figuring. I think too many teams started realizing you could have figured it out too late.
So Firestone just admitted that the Tennessee Titans did not watch any film on the Houston Texans.
I didn't say that.
That's the excuse on why they got their ass beat.
I didn't say Tennessee Titan. I said a lot of teams.
We played y'all at the end of the year. We played y'all twice.
We just wasn't good last year. I'm gonna keep that shit.
Well, yeah, we got our ass beat because of a bonehead head coach and the offensive line that was a straight turnstile.
And that's why we as Titan fans are confident in this season, because our coaching definitely is going to get better. I promise you. We are coming with a brand new scheme. We're not run passing no more. We're coming to throw the ball on the whole division. Like, I'm telling you this now, and we're playing a 4th place schedule, and you see what kind of offseason that we had. We have a brand new roster than what we had last year, bro. And that's why we're laughing at teams that's trying to compare last year to this year. We're a totally different team. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. That's a good segue.
That's a great segue.
So but I want to say this too. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Go with the segue. Fuck it.
Nah, so I was just gonna. So what I wanted to do is ask, the opposing fan base about the off season. So you bring up the type of off season that you have, and if I miss out anything, let me go. You guys brought in Calvin Ridley. You guys brought in cornerback L'Jarius Sneed, an all-pro corner. You guys brought in Tony Pollard. You guys brought in a center, Lord Cushenberry, I do believe. Outside of those 4, are there any other big ones?
Cheetah Bay Awuzie.
Yeah, Cheetah Bay Awuzie. You got
Kevin
Kevin Murray. He's a former 1st round draft pick. Didn't work out.
Yeah, but
too well.
That's not a big sign.
Hype about.
We're not hyping him up. We didn't wait and see mode with him. Like,
Let's not that he was a big transaction.
Tyler
I
Boyd.
mean, but if you want to count the draft, I mean, we brought Latham, T'Vondre Sweat, we brought in Cedric Gray. I think those three guys will start this year. You know what I'm saying? So we brought in 3 day one starters in the first 3 rounds. So I think we had a pretty good draft. I'm not gonna sit there and say it's the best draft. Like I'll probably put top 15.
Was Latham y'all's pick, or was it the guy from Joe Alt?
Notre Dame.
So this was my thing. So Latham was my favorite lineman out of all of this, but I wanted Joe Alt because I trusted him at left tackle. I didn't know if Latham could play left tackle. I thought he was just strictly right tackle. Then I talked, obviously I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, so I talk to Bama fans all the time. And they told me that he could play left tackle once we drafted him, because I was like, okay, so if he could play left tackle, then it's cool. Bill Callahan also said that he wants to put him at left tackle. So and he trusts him there. And I mean he's a stonewall, man. He'll stonewall you. You know. So.
I will say this: Alabama does not have that great of track record on offensive tackles. The last few
I don't know.
years,
Latham is totally different, man. That dude, bro. When he put his hands on you, you're not going nowhere.
We can't go off of that, nigga. I mean, before we got Derrick Henry, we were saying Alabama had, bad running backs. Alabama running backs didn't work in the NFL. So
they said
Alabama quarterbacks wouldn't do that about Justin Herbert whenever the Chargers drafted him. They were talking about Oregon quarterbacks.
Yeah, but also Latham with the IMG too. Let's not just make him an Alabama guy. And this is too a big factor here. Bill Callahan is there. He's done this many times with several other players that was right tackles, moved to left tackle. So it's not just J.C. Latham going to a Mike Vrabel Titans team. This is J.C. Latham going to a new team with one of the best O-line coaches in the NFL that has done this 3 times already. Moved the guy from right to left tackle and turned him into All-Pro.
And what makes y'all so excited in y'all's coaching staff?
Experience, man. It's a different culture and vibe. And then if you sit down and just listen to them, how they talk football, they don't only talk football and articulate it very well. They talk about it in a way that makes you want to sit there and listen to them too. And that's what makes a lot of good coaches.
Look at their track records. I mean, you look at Brian Callahan. He's been around some of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. Joe Burrow, Peyton Manning. He's been around Derek Carr. He's also been around Matthew Stafford. And he knows how to deal with these type of personalities. You look at Denard Wilson. Denard Wilson went to Philly before they had when they had one of the worst secondaries in the league, and he turned that into a top 5 secondary. He left Philly. Yeah, that was the year they went to the Super Bowl. He left Philly the next year to go to the Ravens. The Ravens at that time had one of the worst secondaries in the league. They went to top 5. And then the Philadelphia secondary went back down, and they were trash this season, which is crazy. The only thing that changed was him. You get what I'm saying? So he's our defensive coordinator. He specializes in DBs. So you look at our DB room. Our DB room has potential to be top 5 in the league.
I will give y'all that. Y'all DB room has improved significantly. With Ladarius Sneed and Awuzie and all those guys. So and so I don't want us to brush past this comment RJ just made about goddamn Derek Carr being a great quarterback. How you gonna say Peyton Manning
when he was there, he was good. When he was there, he was good.
But now you can't sit up here and list all these other quarterbacks and then trying to slide Derek Carr. You could have skipped Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's best years was with him.
Wasn't there also, man, Bill Callahan, he's one of the greatest O-line coaches ever. It ain't just he ain't just in the NFL, it's ever. He's in the top. He's got to be, he done had the Cowboys O-line right, the Redskins O-line right, even the Cleveland Browns O-line. You remember they O-line been good for God knows how long.
Bro, I promise you, just go watch and listen to Denard Wilson on defense. Listen to him talk. I promise you, he will be a head coach in the next couple of years. He won't be a Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator for long. He will be a head coach here soon. Just go listen to him talk ball, and I promise you'll just be sitting there mesmerized at how this dude can articulate and talk about football.
I feel you, because we got 2 in the chamber. We got 2 head coaches on the offensive side. With Sloyd gonna get a head coaching job after this season, and then we got Gerard Johnson, who's the quarterback coach, who's going to be probably head coach in the next 2 years.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we got Nick Coles as an offense coordinator, which I didn't think too much about either, but you listen to him talk, he's the same way, man. They just understand football and they know how to explain it and break it down to you so you can comprehend it.
One caveat. You can talk football X and O's backwards and forwards, but when it comes time to get on that field Your ass don't know what the fuck you doing and play calling and game situations and all that shit. Y'all gonna be some pissed off motherfuckers talking about what the fuck is he doing. He talking all this good shit and getting us all riled up and hyped up and everything like that, and get on the field and call a timeout in the motherfucking first quarter when y'all on the fucking y'all about to score and just do some dumb shit and just call a fucking reverse on some dumb shit. Just do
We
that.
expect
And
A
I'll
running
speak
first,
on it.
okay?
I'll speak on that. So, I mean, I've been telling my fellow fans, like, look, y'all, I mean, it could get ugly before it gets better. So, I mean, you got to understand that, yeah, I mean, they coming in here, new philosophy. It's the philosophy that we've been needing all these years or whatnot. But at the same time, it's going to take a while for, the chemistry to, develop between Levis and, Ridley and Boyd and everybody else among, even on the O line and in the secondary. It's going to take a little second for that chemistry to gel. So, I mean,
When you say a second, you mean like a year or 2, 3 years?
No,
I'm talking season. I'm talking about during the
season.
season. It's not gonna take, if it takes 2 years for chemistry to gel. I mean, we suck.
Because CJ did it within 4 games. So I'm
I mean, the first couple of games, the first maybe 3 games, maybe the first month, maybe a little ugly, but I'm looking for October, November. I need to see this thing going around this time. I need to see guys out there acting like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know where I'm supposed to be. There shouldn't be, any, pre-snap penalties or no confusions in the secondary. It shouldn't be any of that in the middle of October.
And I'll say this, look, and I'm with Morocco, man. I do think the Titans, looking at my schedule, I said the Titans are starting off 1-3, but I do got us winning 9 games. I said we're gonna finish strong. Yeah, we won 6 games last year and we were fucking terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? We added all this talent.
So who are you beating?
I do got us beating y'all week 18. So I put that out there.
Well, I mean, we're gonna be sitting everybody anyway. That's a giveaway. If y'all win, that's a giveaway.
Not for the Titans.
I actually got y'all coming out hot.
Let me say this.
I actually got you guys going out with 7-0.
That's what we got too.
7-0.
Yeah, we got the same. Hey, but I will say this, man. The Titans actually, made some moves and they did some things, and it all signaled to me that they said, holy shit, we got to keep up with the goddamn Houston Texans, because ain't no way in hell we going to be able to contend with the Houston Texans if we keep this same bullshit that we keep running back year after year with goddamn Vrabel. Like, that's basically what the hell happened, is that y'all saw the Houston Texans and y'all saw what the fuck we did.
Y'all, let me take this one again, man.
Y'all see what the fuck we did. Because we ain't even got to talk about what the fuck we did. We still talking about what the fuck y'all did.
Okay, so let me go ahead and take that one right there. The moves that the Titans made this season, it was, about the division as a whole. It wasn't just strictly the
come on. Let's be real here. Let's be real here.
Let me talk because that's not the only damn team in this division. See, you're gonna make me turn up in here.
We don't want to compete with the division.
Y'all are not the only damn team in this division. We also got swept by the Colts. We got to deal with the Colts. Unlike Houston Texans fans, we actually acknowledge our rivals within the division. We still got to deal with Jacksonville, even though we beat them and stopped them from going to the playoffs last season. They still beat our ass when we went to Jacksonville. These moves are not about only the Houston Texans. These moves are being made to contend with the whole division and outside of the division, if in case we do make a playoff run.
So the best, I'm gonna say the best move that y'all make all season was having Burks play special teams. I think that was the greatest move. Y'all coaching staff and scouting guys, scouting department finally said,
hey, we got us one, man. We got a gunner.
We traded away a top 5 receiver and then drafted Burks. And you know what? We finally find spots for him. The best movie I made was making a special team guy. I
Yeah,
appreciate
look
y'all
at the
very
wide
much.
receiver room. He has to move somewhere, man. That wide receiver room too deep now for y'all.
I'll say this.
It-
Look,
it is-
I'll say
Doesn't that
this.
suck though? Like, like to be honest, because like this is the AJ Brown replacement and first round pick, and it hasn't even remotely worked out. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but it's just
Y'all
like
tell her what it
that was
is.
the
This shit was
trade,
trash.
What it is.
That's why we
It was
fired him as a
trash
general.
move. It was the trash move,
Yeah.
and Amy took out the trash, and he's in the process of taking out the trash with Traylon Burks. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if Traylon Burks wasn't trash on the field, they wouldn't have went and signed Tyler Boyd
Or Calvin Ridley. But
I'll say this, and
Go ahead.
I was just trying to say before.
Keep
but, like,
going.
I do believe that Tennessee Titans will compete in this
Or
division.
Tony
If
Pollard, or
if you-
anybody else. Like shit.
Oh, I was saying, look, man, the last 3 games of the season to get against all 3 of y'all. So it's like, bro, we gonna either ruin somebody's season or somebody's gonna ruin ours, or we gonna win the division. It's gonna be one of them 3 somehow.
And I
Because
think-
playing all 3 teams at the last part of the season, the last 3 games of the season is freaking ridiculous. But somebody's season gonna get ruined, bro. I'm gonna let you know that now. We are gonna be a dangerous football team
Look,
at the end of the season. Like,
Morocco said it. He said that we don't acknowledge the other teams in the division. I just want to take a quote from a former Houston Texan who's currently a Tennessee Titan. DeAndre Hopkins. We feel God, homie. That's it. We won't feel nobody else. We feel God, homie. That's it.
I mean, that's cool and everything, but I'm talking about, when we talk to Houston Texans fans, we ain't worried about the Titans. The only thing we worried about is the Indianapolis Colts, which y'all been saying that shit for a damn long time.
I mean,
like
but
that feel
that's
with the
really
Giants.
what it is, and it's not really a dish at you guys. It just sounds like you guys are hurt that you're not in the conversation. It's not that we don't acknowledge the other AFC.
I don't really care.
We don't acknowledge you guys.
I'll say this, bro. I'm gonna
much,
keep this shit
that's
100.
pretty
This
much
all
the
season,
argument, of
this all season, bro. We just learned that we've already known this, but we just start caring what everybody else say about the Tennessee Titans, bro. Like we at this point, bro, they always wrong about us. They say that we gonna be sorry. The year that we went to the AFC Championship, they told us we were gonna win 2 games. I mean, we won 9 games with the sorry Mariota, the Tennessee Titans, where we only threw the ball to Delaney Walker every other play. So I don't understand, if that team can win 9 games, why can't this one? You get what I'm saying? Why can't this one?
I feel you. I feel the confidence in your voice. I hear it. You got a little extra in it when you saying that. But this comment is truly true because both our franchises have felt the wrath of the Patriot way and how it will decimate your organization and your franchise and set you back. So yeah, we understand y'all was in that Patriot way.
We
Mode.
learned it was just the Brady way. It wasn't Patriots.
Yeah, right.
It's freaking Brady, man. I mean, Belichick, he kept the thing going for as long as he could, but man, look, it's the quarterback-driven league.
Yeah.
And y'all got Will Levis.
Yeah, we got Will Levis.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. We'll see.
Look,
We'll
man,
see.
I get the Will Levis jokes.
We seen all we didn't want to see.
Okay.
And we took the Will Levis jokes, man. And you guys, granted, you have the right to talk about Will Levis. You have the best quarterback in the division. But at the same time, man, if you can't acknowledge that boy got talent, bro, I don't even talk football with you. You know what I'm saying?
No, so, Will Levis got talent, but RJ, let us not forget before the season and before the draft, nigga, you was anti motherfucking Will Levis. you was on
Hey, dude, you're wrong for that.
Twitter.
You're wrong for that.
Hey, you was up there saying you was talking king cash shit. No, I don't want no goddamn Will Levis on my team.
Yeah, we gotta eat that one.
Yeah.
With Will Levis.
We all gotta eat that one.
Was that the entire podcast or just RJ?
That was the entire
yeah, bro. Every
gotta eat that one.
Pretty much that, because you gotta think about most of us are Tennessee ball fans, so it's like we seen him. He was at Kentucky. He played Tennessee, and probably in Kentucky's biggest game of the season is always the Vols. So, like, man, he went out there and he played horrible. That was one of the worst performances I've seen from a quarterback. And I was like, bro, I don't never want that guy to be on my team. And we drafted him. So I was just like, man, it was terrible.
And
Yeah,
for
we
me-
got
gonna
to
surprise
take
us,
a
right? Now he's gonna
comparison
surprise
too, man.
us.
and for me, it was the fact that like at that time we just got D Hop and Derrick Henry and stuff. I was like, this is a project quarterback that's going to take a couple years maybe to develop and work around, especially with a Mike Vrabel coaching staff that ain't truly developed a QB. It might even be longer. So I was like, that's not a risk we take with that guy. It wasn't that he sucks and he wasn't good. It was for what we're trying to do. If we're truly trying to keep Derrick Henry around, we're truly trying to win a Super Bowl with the D Hop and the Derrick Henry window at that time. Will Levis is not the guy we go after at that point in time. That's too much of a project quarterback. By the time he's ready to do what we need him to do, that's probably going to be the end of the Derrick Henry era. And point blank, it is. I mean,
somebody in the comments said that did I want Stroud? Hell yeah, I want Stroud is a good quarter. I don't think Stroud is trash. Like we're not on this show talking about Stroud is garbage. I just think that
Oh
Did
my
I say he was
God!
It was insinuated. It was insinuated.
Oh man,
It was
I never said he was
insinuated.
garbage. I said that. I said,
Firestone.
and I basically said on here that I think I think that Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. I just think that he plays for the Cowboys, so his brand looks bad because he plays for the Cowboys. Like you feel me? Because
The
he
brand
always,
is better if you play for the Cowboys.
huh?
Yeah, that's
The
true.
brand, if playing for the Cowboys make your brand better. What we talking about?
Nah, bro.
Nah.
He got so
You
many
put that
haters. It don't make
star
any
on,
sense. So everybody nitpicks every little
seen
part of his
different.
game.
Just like the Yankees. You put them stripes on the Yankees, you play better. You are better because you play for the Yankees. Just like the Dallas Star. The Dallas Star makes you
That's
look
called
better.
the higher expectation.
Now
Because
we're
when
talking
you
about
play
football.
for the
Nah, bro.
Cowboys,
So we not
Now
gonna
we're
act
you
like
are
so.
America's team,
So
and
Jules,
people look
was
at you.
Tony Romo a good quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?
Was he good? He was good.
So why did because when he was a quarterback, bro, he used to get roasted all the time,
Him
bro.
and
They
Mark
used to say he
Sanchez.
Let us not
sucked,
forget the
Mark
reason why he got.
Sanchez,
Hold on. Do you want to
everything.
The
go back
reason
to the
why he got
Seattle game?
roasted
He's a
was
choker.
choking in the big
Beginning,
moments.
he was choking,
He'll
man.
get you there, but he'll choke
I
it
mean, it's the
away
same
at
way
the
with
end.
Dak.
He the playoff
It's
run with a
the
Hold
same,
on, I'm
pen,
gonna
bro.
paint the
every
picture,
time.
man. I'm gonna paint the picture, man. I'm gonna paint the picture about Tony Romo, man. Tony Romo was the guy in high school that had all the fresh J's, had all of the fucking well, look, I'm aging myself. I'm about to say Carl Canot jeans, all that. He had all of that shit on. He had all this good shit on, and the motherfucker had the baddest bitch in. I'm sorry, all the females. I had the baddest bitch in the school.
They gonna say it again.
Took her to prom, got her to the hotel room, and nutted before he even got in the goddamn pussy. That's what the fuck Tony Romo is, okay?
What
That's what the fuck Tony Romo is. He can get you there,
this
but
analogy.
he ain't gonna never finish the job, okay?
Man, it sounds like CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hell,
After 1 year,
if anybody nothing quick is goddamn
Like,
Will Levis.
Will Levis after 1 year. What do you mean?
I mean, y'all, he
Man,
can't
I
get
ain't even had that discussion about Levis, man. But yeah, I get your point, man. I mean, they good in the regular season, but in the playoffs, man, they find a way to screw up.
So I got a question for y'all. So how does the roster stack up between, in y'all opinion, the Texans and
Hold
the
on,
Titans?
Jules, before we even go into that, we ain't even get to talk our shit about what the fuck we did. We
Well,
spent a
well,
whole
okay.
20
That was
minutes.
my question.
We
That was
spent a
my
whole
question.
20
Y'all
minutes
do your
talking about
thing,
the
man.
goddamn Titans and them adding Snead and Calvin Ridley and all of them Cushion
But
Bear, all them motherfuckers. You want to
They
name
playing
down a
catch up.
whole goddamn free agent list, and ain't nobody gonna say shit about what the Texans did.
Because they playing catch up. We ain't got to go to their
We
level.
ain't
They
playing
big
talk
brothers
about
right
King
now.
All
They
right,
good.
all right, all right. So
All right.
here's what the Houston Texans did. They were the first team, Titans Colosseum podcast in NFL history, to add a 1,000-yard receiver, a 1,000-yard rusher, and a player with double-digit sacks. Now they added two of those because it wasn't only Danielle Hunter, but it was Danico Autry as well. We got Joe Mixon. We got Stephon Diggs. We got Azeez Al-Shaair from you guys. Thank you very much. He sounds very happy to be here, and it sounded like he really liked his time in Tennessee.
I wish I didn't do
This is the best offseason the Houston Texans have ever had. So I want to, your guys' thoughts on it and how you think your offseason compares to what we had.
Well, it sounds to me like the Houston Texans got a bunch of guys going on injury reserve. I mean,
Wow. You
that's
can't
it.
talk
Honest to
football.
God,
That's
I say
cool.
this.
yeah,
I say
honest to
this.
God truth, man. I mean, it looks good on paper, but we know Danielle Hunter. He struggles with staying healthy.
16 and a half sacks, and he has not missed a game in the past 3 years. What are you talking about?
Man, look, man.
What are you talking about?
Man, look, man.
How many games is Mixon
Dude,
missed?
What are we talking about?
Dude has struggled with staying healthy in his career.
Mixon.
The man sat out for
Mixon
COVID. What we
Mixon, he gets banged up as well. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, it looks good on paper, and we ain't even gonna get into the whole.
He missed 2020 with a neck injury.
Yeah.
We ain't even gonna get into Stephen Diggs and everything that's going to go wrong with that, because I'm telling you, CJ Stroud running around here talking tough or whatever. I'm gonna see how tough he gonna talk when Stephon Diggs snap on for not getting him the football.
You know what's going.
He also had a torn pec in 2021 as well, so like he's definitely been hurt.
You know who gonna have CJ back?
Past 2 years, 17
I highly
games.
paid left tackle.
Past 2 years, double digit sacks.
Gonna be somewhere high. He ain't gonna be giving a damn about that shit.
When last time he high? Half your guys. Y'all
I'm gonna keep this shit 100 with y'all, bro. The only thing that we lost from us this season that's really gonna that we just know where we're gonna go replace is Danico Autry. But I will say this though, you guys do not have Jeffrey Simmons on your team, so I don't know how Danico Autry is gonna do with you guys. I think he's a really good player. I think he probably gonna get about 8-9 sacks with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I think that definitely helps y'all. 8 or 9 sacks, I'll take that any day. I don't think he's gonna get 11. He ain't gonna get up there, but he'll get 8 or 9.
And even
I'm not
Autry
asking
been
for
banged
11
the
for
last
him. I
couple of
think
years.
with your two edge rushers, what happened, Marco?
And even Autry, he been banged up for us for the last couple of years. Now, granted, he, you know what I'm saying, he, got his numbers in. He's still productive and everything, but he's definitely on the back end of his career.
Aziz to me is a replaceable player. We could find a Aziz anywhere. Like we've
y'all
had
sound like bitter
linebackers.
ex-girlfriends, man. Y'all sound
It
like
is. So you want me to tell you the linebackers we've had before Aziz that's better than him? Like I feel like Rashad Evans to me was better than him. David Long was better than him. Jayon Brown was better than him. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going. I mean, the Titans have had linebackers.
Wasn't Aziz Al-Shaair your franchise leader in tackles last year?
All right, but let's break that down fully.
He can't
he plays clean
and it
up.
was his first starting year after 4 years of being behind.
You have to look how long the Titans defense was on the field, though, too. I mean, you can't go without mentioning that.
He'll probably be good with y'all because he'd be y'all number 2 middle linebacker. I think that'll help.
I want to disrespect somebody. Deion Hunter can't stay healthy. We can all pull up stats. He missed 7 games 1 year. Ever since then, for 5 years, he hasn't missed a game. What are we talking about?
He had
17 games, 17 starts. 17 games, 7 starts. He missed one season for 7 games. The season before that, he was 16 for 16. The season for that, he was 16 for 16. The season for that, he was 16-16. What are we talking about here, fellas? I mean, I know it's a battle, but let's bring the facts with it.
So I'm looking in the comments about Aziz can't cover. Aziz can't cover.
He can't.
I'm just letting y'all know we're not asking Aziz to cover shit.
Yeah, that's not what he's
so
here for.
Like, that's not like.
I mean, it's the same thing with us. We're not asking. What's the name? The guy, Kenneth Murray. We're not asking him to. We that's what we got Cedric Gray for. We got Cedric Gray do all that covering.
Yeah, Kenneth Murray can't do anything.
Kenneth Murray would knock your ass the fuck out. He just can't. He just stupid.
He's Titans in his life.
Talking about
What's crazy is that we had Denzel Perryman, who's a similar headhunting type ass linebacker, on our squad last year. And I can only imagine that if y'all saying that about Kenneth Murray, they had him and Kenneth Murray were on the same damn linebacker core with the Chargers. That's why.
But nobody did good at the Chargers. Name any player that played.
Joey Bosa was bad on the Chargers. Is he a bad player?
No player.
I mean,
but Shazier just plays cleanup. Like, go watch some tape. He's there to be the extra guy on tackles and stuff. So he does that. But if you put him in pass cover, he's going to get burnt. If he comes and has to cover that running back on a little swing route, he's going to get burnt as well. So he is your only type of guy that's going to play cleanup. And sometimes he doesn't always hit the right holes when he's coming in on the run game too. But he's that guy that is going to play cleanup. So he's going to get tackles. Yeah, he's going to get tackles. But he also going to burn you in some situations that a linebacker should handle in some pass coverages in some easy zones.
Yeah, it's like AD said, we just don't expect.
Y'all not gonna escape past our audition and say we got injury reserve and things like that shit gonna slide. That's just ridiculous. Our season it matches y'all, if not better than y'all.
I got a legit serious question for y'all about y'all's off seasons. Like, I honestly want to know how y'all feel about the Stephon Diggs deal.
So for me,
second round pick, and then you get him, and then you waive his contract, but then you front load all the money for his contract. So you still basically paying him, but you ain't got the years for it, right?
Yeah, no. So we did that as a courtesy to Stephon Diggs. And it benefits us as well because it frees up cap space going forward for us. But as far as the Stephon Diggs trade itself, I have no issue with it. I think the biggest thing was we needed more weapons for CJ. And you do that by any means possible. I think anytime you have your franchise quarterback, you do your best to surround him with as much weapons as possible. And you look what leads to success when you do that. I mean, we look at Cincinnati, what the hell they did when they surrounded Joe Burrow with fucking 3 receivers and tight end and running backs and everything like that. They just didn't have the offensive line, whereas we have that. So you want to make CJ as comfortable as possible. And I'm being honest, these dudes are CJ guys, man. CJ Stroud is, I said it on our own podcast before, CJ Stroud has that LeBron effect right now. Now, I ain't talking about the LeBron is with the Lakers now. They got them hiring JJ Redick and all that bullshit and about to draft Bronny. We ain't talking about that LeBron. We talking about the LeBron effect in Miami, where you bring the people with you and you take your team to the fucking Super Bowl.
So my thing goes, I agree with that, but then why wouldn't you want the years on his contract? Or if you do waive all that and void all that, why wouldn't you just go ahead and sign an extension? Because from the outside, it kind of feels like Dig was looking for any team that would sign him, void his contract, and then he's going to go off to Kansas City next year. That's what it feels like. Because if I'm right, you're right. I agree with you. If you got CJ Stroud, you need to get weapons around him. You wouldn't trade a second-round pick for a one-year guy when a second round is usually a good wide receiver pick.
But it wasn't a second-round pick that you owned because you traded
right
out of the first round. And
right?
But it goes back to what AD said, is that you're gearing up. And even if it's just for one season, man, you're trying to get to places you never gone before. We've never gone to an AFC championship or a Super Bowl. So if that's what it takes to bring a 4-time Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, a superstar caliber wide receiver, then I'm going to go ahead and do that because I still have money in the offseason. I still have my second, third, and I still have all my picks. So this was a luxury move for the Houston Texans. And if it wasn't Stephon Diggs, it probably would have been Keenan Allen, which we almost got until the Chargers just decided to send him somewhere else. It was a move that you just did for your quarterback, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good pickup. A lot of moves that we've made. I mean, Kay Stover got on our local radio and made the point that CJ and him were talking that day before the draft. What was it, day 2, day 3? Before the draft about what needed to be done for him to become a Houston Texan. So like CJ is working behind the scenes, and what's crazy is that's how lethal he is, that he's making these moves. Like we got Tank Dell because of CJ. Like we got all of these different pieces that you're talking about because of CJ. And so that's just a benefit, man. Like I don't know. I like I said, the LeBron effect, man. He's about to take us to the ship. We're about to go ahead and knock two or three of them bad boys out. We'll let y'all, celebrate. We'll let y'all come. We'll let y'all come to the parade. How about that?
Well, don't expect Diggs to go off and y'all play us.
So that's how we talking this offseason. Y'all boys sound like the Cowboy.
Well, listen,
I'm real Dak Prescott-ish.
I'm looking forward to spring and the continent.
Y'all sounding real cowboy like, bro. I'm just saying, the Cowboys got a Super Bowl roster every year.
Look, don't cuss me like that, man. Don't cuss me like
that. Diggs is more likely to go to Cowboys than go to Chiefs.
Yeah,
play with his brother.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know about that Diggs shit. I mean, granted, he's a good player. I'm not denying it.
I don't even care. I got him for one fucking year, man. This is what I have him here for. Just 1 year.
From everything.
They start throwing the ball to Tank Dell and Nico too much, bro, and not to him.
Matter of fact,
him and Tank are really close, surprisingly, from what we learned. And this is where I go back and say that, Stephon Diggs wanted to be here for a while. He mentioned when Tank Dell got hurt, how he was just in conversations with them right there. Then we heard the stories about Stephon Diggs at the Pro Bowl talking to a former retired Houston Texan wide receiver about the city and the organization. Then Laramie Tunsil on his YouTube channel, they were somewhere, I think it was Cancun or something, and Stephon Diggs was with them the entire time. This whole process felt like it took months, even though we had like it's crazy that we got him. I'm not worried about the diva aspect just because it's 1 year. And
so I want to play this clip from Stephon Diggs today when he met with the media, just on his mindset, man. Y'all see it, everybody good?
Hungry, if not even more now, because I've had a taste of, the playoffs and getting close and that kind of thing. And I see their mindset and the things that they want for themselves. And, that's everything I always wanted for myself. So it's always like a little chuckle inside when I hear him say, I want this, I want to do this. And I'm like, you're going to get all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep working. And, obviously the young guys that we got, they work extremely hard and they definitely like uber talented. So being around them just like that, like I said, it's a breath of fresh air for me. And it's just like, also being a vet, I've seen it. I've seen a lot. I know what it takes to be successful on the field, and I know what it takes to win. So I'm trying to bring that mindset each and every day. Yeah.
I love it. I know y'all used to having y'all diva quarter receiver attack your quarterbacks. I understand because Will Levis got attacked by Hopkins a couple of times because
that's off the way.
So let's. I know. Don't
not tell lies.
Jumped on D-Hop if I remember correctly.
Not tell lies.
Will Levis got on D-Hop on the field and got in his face and was yelling at him when he fucked up a route, if I remember correctly.
If I'm D-Hop, I'm not letting a rookie to me like that.
Who did? Go pull up the tape.
Y'all want to put
y'all get the Levis jokes out now.
Y'all been through it. I know y'all been through it. The whole quarterback and beef him.
We got about 3 more months, man. Elite Levis jokes, man.
But as we come to an end, gentlemen.
Hold on, but before we got one more topic before we go to the end. We addressed it. The goddamn City of Houston uniform. We talked about that earlier. Go ahead. We did.
Let's talk about CJ Stroud talking like he in Canton already, man, on these podcasts. Dog. That's what we.
Hey, man. If you
let me say this.
It would be just as excited as we are.
Right. Hold on. Let me say this. If, like Ruben just said, if Will Levis had the same season that goddamn CJ Stroud had, and it took y'all to the playoffs, to the second round of playoffs, when everybody was talking about how bad Will Levis is, this, and that before the season and all that. If he did the same shit to CJ Stroud, y'all can't sit up here with no straight face and tell me y'all wouldn't be sitting up here with y'all chests out talking all kind of king shit.
Yeah, we would. We be talking shit. We ain't. But see, that's the thing. We're not talking about y'all. The fans are supposed to do that. The quarterback is not supposed to do that.
Why the fuck not?
Why not?
What other quarterback has done that? Herbert had a great season.
It's the NFL, man. He already got a target on his back.
Wasn't Philip Rivers one of the greatest trash talking quarterbacks
on the field?
And just because it's on a podcast doesn't mean it's different.
Doing it on the field. You can do it on the field, but on the podcast,
hold on. Everybody, hold on. This is the thing. I've seen it in chat, and I've seen people say that. Well, you don't see Patrick Mahomes out there talking. Have you heard Patrick Mahomes talk? Nobody wants to hear Patrick Mahomes talk. First of all, that's the first thing. That's the first
do that.
Our point is
that nobody wants to hear him talk. Yes, he's probably going to end up being the greatest quarterback of all time, next to Tom Brady. But ain't nobody want to hear Kermit the Frog goddamn talking all damn day.
When Tom Brady talk bad about some.
Lamar Jackson talk much noise his whole year.
And he can't win playoff games, neither can he. Like, what player goes out there and talks?
I ain't seen a quarterback talk like CJ outside of the field, bro.
Bro, you don't do this
on Houston's back.
I swear, Houston the only people that don't see it, bro. You can't talk like that outside the
what
field,
did
bro.
He
now,
say
when you on the field,
bad?
you allowed to talk. You allowed to talk. It's a part of the game.
So him exuding confidence.
That's not confidence. That's cocky.
Bro, that's bulletin material,
bro. That's not confidence.
It's a thin line between cocky and confidence, ain't it?
Okay, calling yourself a killer, bro, in front of it is cocky, bro. You don't people tell you what it is. Kobe never got on.
What it is? Hold on. What if he wasn't lying?
I don't know if he's a killer. I don't think he's proven to be a killer yet. I don't think he's proven to be a killer. People tell you that you're a killer. Nobody, you don't see LeBron be like, yeah, bro, I'm a killer. Like when you heard LeBron say that, when you heard Kyrie say
Kobe
that.
said his second year when he only had few games on his belt. Kobe knew he was a killer. When you
knew it, but he didn't
yourself,
say it though. There's a difference. There's a
Kobe
difference. You
did
knowing
say
it.
Kobe talk king shit. What are you talking about?
I'm
on
talking
the
about,
court, yes.
off the court. I'm
we
talking about
getting
off
on
the court. There's nothing wrong with
podcasts
talking trash
going
on
to
the
press
court, on
conferences
the
and
field.
saying a whole
So
bunch
if
y'all
I'm
of
get
on
mad because y'all
podcast,
put
hold
him
on.
back on
What
blame
you
on
Franklin
AD.
who started this trash tag on his podcast a couple of months ago. It was Zaire Franklin who started this. So, my QBs just responded.
I get it. He was supposed to respond. He was supposed
if
to
you
respond.
don't want your quarterback to be confident, then then that's okay. And
let
I'll
him
just
put
go
it.
back and say,
I'm not
if you
tripping about the
saw- if
Zaire
you
stuff.
saw Will Levis
He's supposed to clap back at
talking
him.
like
He was supposed to
this,
clap back at him.
you would be 100% behind him, and you would be hyped as fuck. And if, like AD said, if you're saying no, then you're lying.
So okay, so what about look, I'm not even
one.
a Colts fan, but you guys lost that first game, bro. And he said he cooked the Colts. He didn't cook them boys, bro. You don't cook people in an L. Like I just don't that doesn't make any sense.
What
bro.
happened week 17?
Week 18.
Y'all, he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about the first game.
Week 18.
He talking about that first game. He said he cooked the Colts both games. He did not cook the Colts both games. He didn't.
He's giving too many teams fuel for fire, bro. He talks on the field trash, which that's fine. You do that, but you're doing that on the field,
bro. He's talking about the Colts.
He's talking about a lot of things on these podcasts and everything, and he's putting his rankings out there and everything.
He said he's a top quarterback. He put that out there, bro.
Hold on. I need y'all to explain outside of the Indianapolis Colts. Who has he shit talked, or who has he like really talked
the Cowboys
bad shit about it?
There's been a lot of players that came out.
He said Cowboys versus
Leonard.
Bro, I can't pull them up. I wasn't knowing you gonna pull their names up right here. Like I remember everybody's quote of every name, but I'll pull them and send them to y'all for y'all.
Pull it up, bro.
Multiple people have said that like CJ's is one of the biggest trash talkers on that field. He talks and he talks and he's so many people have him marked on the board coming up this next year. And you just when an athlete ever usually says something like this, it bites them in the ass. When Earl Thomas talked about nobody wants to tackle Derrick Henry, I'll go tackle him. He turned his ass around and made him go block for him. And there's been other situations outside of that have several happened before, where not even just NFL basketball too, where players say some shit, then they got to eat the fucking words because they got too confident talking shit on a mic and gave the other team bulletin board
when
material.
You guys said Will Levis wasn't going to be it.
Didn't say it wasn't going to be it. We said we didn't want him on the team at the time. We never said it wasn't going to be it. We just said we didn't want him on the Titans.
You didn't want him on the Titans, so
hold on, bro. Before y'all get on us about this Will Levis stuff, bro, there was a half of y'all fan base that wanted Bryce Young over CJ Stroud, so we're not gonna do that, bro. Like, come on. Bro.
RJ said the Cowboys, so we gonna back that up. They had a 3-month tour with him and Marcus Parsons after the draft in Japan.
I got a whole goddamn series about to come on
each other. That's not even a good comparison. What are we talking about there?
Hold on, so if I'm tallying the shit right, if I'm writing the shit down, he talks shit about the Colts and he talks shit about the Cowboys.
Who else?
I think people got upset. People got upset when he said I'm number 3. And then just disregard the whole fact that he was saying, based on last year's play, I felt like I was the 3rd best quarterback in the league.
I think too is the fact that like a lot of veterans are going to take insult to that too. I don't think that's something y'all's not realizing too, is that a rookie QB that in 1 year is now talking about he's a top 3 guy and putting himself above these other guys and talking about how he's done all this and cooked this team, and he's talking real reckless out here. You already got to get a wake up moment to the NFL. You're just saying too many things that veterans are like, hey, young man, you doing too much. You talking too much shit. We need to bring you back down to this level of field. Now, can he step up and be like, this is who I am? Maybe. But now that's the obstacle that's in front of him now. Just same thing as I say. Now don't be Dak Prescott. Go into year 2, do it again. But if you go into year 2 and start falling off in year 3, and then you keep trying to chase your rookie year like Dak does, then that's when you start turning into Dak as well. It's not saying this is what he's going to be. This is what year 2 is for you. It's prove it year now. You did it year 1. Do it year 2. You're talking a lot of trash in the offseason. Now back it up. This is what you got to do. Can you do it?
That's what every.
Like y'all got y'all feelings ruffled. That's
all. But what's crazy is that you say that about every player. especially not just quarterback position, but just any position. If a running back has 1,000 yards his rookie year, okay, I need to see you do it again. If a DN has 10 sacks his rookie year, okay, I need to see you repeat it. Like that to me, that's common stance. That's commonplace. Yes, he has to do it again, but we are more confident that he will do it again.
Then
Yeah,
that's
you have the
fine.
right to
There's
be
nothing wrong with
confident.
you having
You have
confidence.
the
You're
right.
a fan. You
man.
got out there playing. You feel me? We just
I
saying.
mean, but he out there playing and he out there saying, "Hey, I'm confident that I can do this shit again because that's who I am."
Nah,
I'm
but
just
y'all
saying,
not-
we
y'all
know
are
but
not
so
seeing
what
his
you gotta
confidence.
like he said in
understand
the
is
Gilly,
You're not seeing his confidence.
in the Gilly podcast, he said, "I've been doing this shit and I've been doing this same shit, killing it when nobody expected me to be who I am since high school."
not for long. NFL.
Oh,
All right,
That's
okay.
what
Vince
I
Young.
got to say about that.
Okay, Vince Young.
All right, Vince Young.
All right,
Nah,
AD, you
look, I
ready?
think that CJ is gonna be a good quarterback. I'm just saying that, bro. He is. I just saying I've seen some cockiness with dude, bro, and it doesn't. It's not a good look, bro. Especially if he doesn't live up to these expectations that he's putting on himself. That's
I
that's all I'm
understand.
saying.
job is
That's
already
all
We
I'm
hard.
saying.
understand. Y'all haven't seen a good quarterback in years, so we understand. Y'all since
Seen
y'all
a
had
good
a warm
quarterback.
moon.
Tannehill was good.
Y'all ain't
Y'all
seen a
ain't hold
quarterback.
on. Pause.
Everybody watches
Fuck
the
that.
NFL. Get it off.
Fuck all
It's a
this
good
shit.
quarterback.
Y'all ain't had no fucking good quarterback since Steve goddamn McNair.
Steve was
So
great,
we
not
understand.
good.
Yeah,
Who?
we ain't gonna do that.
Whatever.
But
Y'all ain't
Tannehill was good for us.
y'all ain't even
So
look.
Tannehill
Tannehill was
wasn't
not
good,
good.
bro.
Tannehill was a
Tannehill
game
was
manager
good.
when Derrick Henry handed the ball off.
Tannehill had a better season in
And then what
2020
happened when
than
Derrick Henry got hurt
freaking
this year?
CJ
Derrick
Stroud.
Henry
What are you
Hold
talking
on,
about?
All
Tannehill.
years they were looking
What
at
did you say,
Derrick
RJ?
Henry.
And
In
y'all choked
college,
away.
hold on, Jules. In college, our quarterbacks coach beat Tannehill out and made him have to play receiver. So how great is Tannehill? He's a manager. Derrick Henry made Tannehill look better than what the fuck.
And who was in the NFL and who was coaching a college team? That lets you know who's better right there. You said he was coaching a college team and this guy was in the NFL. That lets you know right there who was better. The guy in the
he ain't
NFL.
he coaching the NFL team. How about that?
Okay, we're still coaching. He's not on the field.
Because he handed the ball off to Derrick Henry for the
Yeah,
last
that's
6
why I'm
years.
like, Derrick Henry saved Tannehill. Tannehill shouldn't have never.
Oh my goodness.
Tannehill is
So
a
why come
game
so if
manager.
it was all
Maybe
Derrick
don't-
Henry, why come Mariota wasn't doing the same thing? He looked terrible with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mariota had that manti tail,
no quarterback looked
I
good
ain't
until
had no
Ryan
bad
Tannehill became the
girl.
quarterback.
I
Like
can't-
sooner or
I
later,
can't
y'all
do that
about to
to
realize
Mariota.
Tannehill was
And
just
y'all
good.
and y'all choked it away every year with the
No,
so-called good quarterback and an all-star running back. What y'all talking about?
Tannehill
about
we
was
can't
choked
talk
away.
If
Y'all choked
Tannehill
away
was drafted by the
first
Tennessee
place
Titans, he would
defense.
look way better than what he did his whole career. I promise.
and the
I
fact
put
that
on
he bounced
everything.
back from the
He
ACL
just
surgery
was
and
on the
injury
wrong
better
team.
than him.
Oh Jesus!
They was trying to put
Hold
him in
on.
a spread
No,
offense.
not making
That's not who
excuses.
he is.
He bounced back from that, and don't forget too, he had Landry.
Somebody said
who
we
only
ruined.
had
We did not
1,000
ruin
yards when he
Mariota.
was with
Jules.
Tannehill as well.
Jules, the fact that we got these boys on here caping for goddamn Ryan Tannehill
At
and
all
Marcus
quarterbacks.
Mariota and all this other bullshit quarterbacks that they done had. We done with this discussion and that argument, because if that's what they argument, that's what they coming with, we've already won and we've already seen the light. So what we gonna do is we gonna talk about something that we both can agree on as Texan fans and Titan fans, is that them goddamn sorry ass Jaguars and them goddamn sorry doo-doo ass Colts, we can both agree that we gonna beat the fuck out of both of them this year.
I got the Titans finish the second in the division. So yes, I think that the Jags are the worst team in the division. They didn't get any better. I don't understand why they ain't so hype. They didn't get any better. The Colts didn't get any better either. They didn't fix their
They
secondary.
didn't do shit.
They didn't do
do
nothing.
shit. They did
They ain't do
absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
No. And then
Like,
you saw, I think today too, it looked like AR was getting a little hurt in practice too. I think it was either today or yesterday that they was watching him and had him stop throwing too. So, bro, they might be even longer out than they're expecting too if AR can't get healthy.
Bro, they had a clip
AR
of
too
AR.
busy. AR too busy becoming a Kappa and getting tattoos and rapping and shit. That's
being
his
on Pat
focus.
McAfee.
That's his focus. Is
Man, they had a clip of
trying to make
throwing the
albums.
ball AR-15 to they got to register his arm because it's so high, and the pass was 5 yards short. So what's the point of having a big arm and you can't throw the ball to the receiver?
The accuracy matters. That power ain't shit if you ain't got accuracy, huh?
Right.
Look, I said it before the draft. I say these motherfuckers want this quarterback because he run fast, he jump high, and he throw far. He don't do shit. He don't do shit else about the quarterback position. He can't do nothing else. He can't fucking throw accurate balls. The motherfucking has horrible decision making. Like let's not forget, man. Like
They
we get
overhype
all
his
hype
head,
about
bro.
this
But I think he
goddamn.
could be good. If he reaches his potential, he's probably the best quarterback in the division. But he has to reach it, bro.
He ain't
You know what
gonna
I'm saying?
he ain't gonna touch it, brother. Like it ain't in him. It ain't in him, man. Like nah.
I didn't see it at Florida. He didn't have it in
didn't do-
Florida. So what makes you think he gonna have it in the league?
First of
'cause
all, people
look
want to
who
blame
they're
the
on.
coach. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, look who their owner is. It's Irsay. He sat there on one of his little party nights, like, look, he has all the traits we can't teach him. We can teach him the other shit. We can teach him. No, bro. Yes.
The Jaguar, man, I can't wait till they pay Trevor Lawrence, bro. I cannot wait.
Boy, I can't wait for that shit.
shit. Please pay this man.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't get the hype behind
do everybody in the division a favor and give them that good old $50-something million a year contract. Go ahead and do us all a favor. And goddamn that what they call it, bleach blonde, bad built, bush body ass goddamn quarterback. That's what the fuck they got with Trevor Lawrence. Okay,
They're gonna have to get him the Blake Bortles contract, man, so they can get up out of it in a couple of years.
They not.
He about to get that damn New York Giants quarterback. I can't think of his name. Daniel Jones money. That's what he's gonna get. He's gonna get his Daniel Jones contract, and a year later they're gonna be regretting it, just like New York is.
I want to get the Pat Mahomes that guaranteed $500 million for 10 years. That's what I want to have. Lock him down for 10 years.
500 million.
Shit, they ain't even got to pay him like that, man, because we already know how the Jaguars do, man. I mean, they come up out the hole for a season or two, and then they go right back in the hole for another 10 seasons. So, I mean, it don't matter how much they pay Trevor Lawrence, man. They're going to be right back in the dumpster.
They're not good. I don't understand what everybody's so hype about with them, man. They just blows my mind, man.
And the Colts, they just can't get out of their own way. That's their problem, man. I mean, the Colts been stuck in the same place since what, 2018 or whatever. They just, you know what I'm saying, right there, you know, in the middle, can't get worse, can't get better, just stuck right there. I mean, they in a real purgatory, man, with quarterback.
And the Colts had one of the best old lines in the South for so long too, and still couldn't do shit with it when they had Quentin Nelson and all that shit.
Multiple years.
So
I remember the day Luck retired, dude. I was just like, I was like, what? I was like,
who you telling, bro?
I was like, we're about to fucking run the AFC South. Boys, man, this was fire.
Yeah, good show, man.
Yeah, everything all good, man.
We gotta get y'all boys on our show, man. You talk in front of the Titan fan. See what y'all got to
do. Absolutely, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. All it take is one word, man. I'm there.
Yeah, man. Get Royal. This time, hopefully Royal. Everything work out Royal, man.
Man. Shout out to him.
Man, I hope he feel better, man. You know.
Yeah. And before we go, I want y'all look down there at the bottom. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Y'all see we all there. Me, Royal, Jules, Mike G, who couldn't be as well. Even Swan, Auntie Swan, of course, the Titans Colosseum podcast, RJ, Morocco, and Firestone, all there. Y'all go and follow those guys. They killing it as well with the Titans Colosseum podcast. I'm talking about doing numbers, man, doing numbers and doing great things over there. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate y'all showing up and showing love. And you know, at the end of the day, man, we can beef about our teams, but you know, we cool. What happened? Oh, I was like, I thought you was pointing the finger, Jules. I was like, what the hell going on? I'm trying to bring peace and tranquility in the podcast, and y'all about to point the finger. I'm like, nah, brother, nah. But shout out to y'all, man, and y'all keep doing what y'all doing. And of course, y'all always got support over here with the H-Town Rundown. So you know, keep doing what y'all doing, man, and thank y'all again.
For sure,
appreciate you.
How often do you guys post content?
Well, we go live 2 times a week, and then we stay posting shorts every single day and reels every day, and
like do it, baby.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man.
How you do it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
I see a lot of Texas fans. They be in the comments talking about, man, all you guys do is post Texas stuff, but we don't talk about y'all that damn. But y'all, man, we just be having these hot takes when it come to y'all, bro, and it's like it gets blown up out of proportion. All they do is talk about us. Like,
I'm gonna tell you how it starts. This
Man,
starts
it
with
was-
Texas fans coming in
they
the
come to our show.
podcast or whatever. I mean, we could be having a discussion about the freaking Bengals or somebody,
Yeah.
anybody. But then we get a Texas fan come in here and say, whatever, and we try to. I
they
try
get pretty bad.
not to acknowledge it, but I ain't gonna put no directions or whatever. But
Right.
somebody can't control themselves, so
Yeah, man. They come
we
on our
got to
show,
ride.
man, telling us, man, Nell was trash. Give us back our team. Y'all suck.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? And we got
look, let me say this on the H-Town Rundown. Say it with your chest. Go ahead and call them out. We don't hold no we don't hold shit back. So if you want to call them motherfucker out, call them out.
No.
Oh no, man! You got to do it now. Don't insinuate and tease us and this and that and say, nah, I need to see the motherfucker that talk the shit.
But man, I ain't finna turn nobody.
I ain't gonna put him out there like that, man.
We
seen him on here. We seen him on this show. We're like, I ain't gonna put him out there.
You gonna take the Rain Carthon approach? I see. We're gonna talk about it, but not name drop. Okay, I see. I see what we're doing today.
AD, where can the people find your latest work?
Of course, right here on the H-Town Rundown podcast. Of course, y'all see it at the bottom at the H-Town Rundown on Twitter, the H-Town Rundown podcast on Instagram, and the H-Town Rundown podcast on Facebook as well. So y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, and subscribing. Get us up, and shout out to the 460 plus people watching us live, man.
Hell yeah. And then with me, guys, you can just find me on YouTube. Just type in 713 Houston Sportcast as we try to get to 13,000 subscribers by the start of the season. This was fun. I cannot wait to do it again. AD, thank you for letting me kind of be the moderator, and I had to step in. But guys, thank y'all so much for being a part of today's episode. And I'm going to ask the 400 plus people to do me a favor, man, that is have a real blessed rest of your night.
Hey, we'll see y'all on the next episode, man. Peace.